One of the things that I've noticed most in ministry is that people stand in need of restarts. Life is difficult, life is challenging, and we sometimes make poor choices, sometimes bad things happen to us. We just need to have an opportunity to start again.
When I found myself most in need of a restart was at the time of our son Ben's diagnosis with autism. I felt in the speaking of that word, I suddenly lost all understanding of what I thought life would look like for him, for us as a family. I desperately needed a restart.
Part of the process of needing a restart is recognizing that we need to restart and saying, I need to step back and I need to do something before I can begin this restart. So there's a process that has to happen. And it's not just, I need a restart, there's a process that we have to go through. We need to realize that, first of all, we have to, we need to recognize that, okay, I'm going in a bad direction here. My day's not exactly how it should be. I need to change a few things. I need to restart. At that point, we've already begun.
Life can be scary, confusing, and even messy sometimes. We can fear the road that God is leading us down. Is it really possible to see God's goodness in the midst of these restarts?
I guess everybody fears change from time to time. We like to feel like we're in control and that things are going along smoothly. So when something happens that kind of shakes up our idea of what life should be, that can be scary. But God can use those times of change to help us to understand how unchanging He is. He will never leave us or forsake us. And we learn that lesson best sometimes during a scary restart.
The time that I most experienced fear because life wasn't what I thought it was going to be was shortly after our child's diagnosis and even the years that followed that. And that was a time of really taking what my expectations were and setting them at the throne of God and trusting what He had for us.
One of the things that we want to address in our conversations about restarts is the fact that we have to get over our doubt of whether restarts are really possible. I don't know, sometimes it seems to me that we get caught in these circular things that just keep happening to us. We need to believe that God can take us out of the circles and put us into a line that leads us to a future.
I think every one of us at times doubts the possibility of a restart in their life. We have a relationship that's so troubled, or we have a sin habit that's so ingrained, or there's just a painful situation that just seems like it goes on and on and on. If there's one thing I hope Focus accomplishes for us this year, it's that we have our faith renewed in the God of restarts.
I think the journey with doubt for me is really trusting that what God has for Ben or for our family is bigger and greater than what my anticipation of what life should have looked like is.
Sometimes we have the joy of seeing God's work in our lives. Then there are the seasons where we are just managing to breathe as we wait for things in our life to change. Those are the moments when we long for restarts.
I think all of us have longings in life. We all have things that we desire and we reach for. But the thing that I've noticed is that people, even though they don't speak it, they long to be able to start again, to have a new day, to put the old beside them, behind them, and to start again.